Look at that. That right there is cooking gas, coming out of a beat-up plastic drum sitting in my backyard. No propane tank, no gas line, no monthly bill. Just a drum, $8 worth of parts, and whatever I scraped off my plate last Tuesday. And here's the part that's going to bother you. This isn't new. This isn't some crazy invention I stumbled onto. Farmers have been doing this exact thing for over 200 years. The reason you've never heard of it is the same reason you've never heard of most things that actually work. There's no money in selling you something you build once and run forever on garbage. So let me just show you how it works. You already know this is real. You've seen it your whole life and just never thought about it. You know that smell when a swamp bubbles? That's methane, natural gas, coming straight out of rotting plants and water. No machinery, no processing, just biology doing what biology does. You know those stories about people throwing a match near an old outhouse and the whole thing going up? Same thing. Organic material breaking down in a sealed space produces flammable gas. It has always done this. It will always do this. That's not chemistry class. That's just what happens. What you're building is a container that catches that process instead of letting it escape into the air. A sealed drum, some pipe, a valve, and a burner. The biology does the rest for free. Here's what actually gets me about this. The average American family spends $200 to $400 a year just to cook their food. Every single year. For the rest of their lives. And every time there's a pipeline issue, a cold snap, a war somewhere on the other side of the planet, that number goes up. And you have exactly zero say in it. You are renting your ability to cook monthly, forever, from a company that has no obligation to keep the price stable or the gas flowing. Chinese farmers figured out how to stop doing that in the 1700s. By the 1950s, there were 7 million household biogas systems running across rural China. 7 million. India built a national program around this in the 70s. Millions of families cooking for free, off their own kitchen scraps. The knowledge never went away. It just never got a marketing budget. Because you can't sell a subscription to a drum in someone's backyard. Here's everything you need, and I want you to actually look at this list because it's almost offensive how simple it is. A 55-gallon plastic drum with a lid. Used ones show up at farm supply stores, car washes, food distributors, anywhere that gets bulk liquids. $5, sometimes free if you ask right. Half-inch PVC pipe, about 3 feet. $1.50. One PVC ball valve to control your gas flow. $1.50. A short piece of flexible tubing to connect your output to a burner. Aquarium tubing works perfectly. 50 cents. A single burner gas attachment, the kind that hooks to a line instead of a canister. $2 at a thrift store or yard sale. That's it. $8. Maybe less. No special tools. No permit. No contractor, nothing that requires anyone's permission. The build itself is one afternoon. Here's exactly what you do. Drill 2 holes in the lid of the drum. One for input, where you'll add food scraps, and one for output where the gas comes out. Both sides to fit your half-inch PVC snugly. Push a short PVC section through each hole. The input pipe goes a few inches inside the drum. The output pipe barely clears the lid, just enough to connect your valve on the outside. Gas rises, so you want that output near the top. Seal around both pipes with waterproof silicone caulk. Press it in tight. Wipe the excess. This seal is the whole game. It has to hold pressure or your gas goes nowhere useful. Attach the ball valve to your output pipe. Connect your flexible tubing to the valve. Run that tubing to your burner. That's your gas line. Done. Now fill the drum about 2/3 full. Kitchen scraps blended with water works great to start. Think of it like a smoothie for bacteria. 1 part scraps, All 2 parts water, blended into a slurry so it moves easily through the input pipe. Seal the lid completely. Wrap the joint with duct tape as a backup. Put the whole thing somewhere warm. A sunny corner of the yard, a greenhouse, anywhere that gets afternoon heat. And then leave it alone for a week. Here's what's actually going on in that drum while you wait. The bacteria already living in your food scraps, and there are billions of them on every piece of organic material you've ever touched. Start breaking everything down. No oxygen means they switch into a different mode. Instead of just rotting the food, they convert it. The byproduct of that conversion is methane.